Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Entrefluential Life podcast. This is the early morning show with Sebastian and John Tanner. Welcome.
That's right.
How you
Good
doing this
morning.
morning,
Good
Sebastian?
morning. Good morning. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. A little bit tired this morning. It was a long work day yesterday, and then stuff after work, like super long day. And then I almost thought I wasn't gonna get up for the show this morning. I don't know what happened. I set up 2 alarms that way I can wake up super early and get ultimately prepared. Luckily, my girlfriend woke me up though, so I was like, okay. I thought my sixth sense was waking me up for the show. I guess not. I guess I would have slept through the whole thing. I don't
Your spidey senses
know.
were off.
My spidey senses were not at peak sensing. They weren't peak sensing. That's the issue right here. And I think it was the lack of sleep. I don't know. We'll chalk it up. I don't know what it is, but
Sleep
I'll
deprivation
just
can definitely do that to you. Yeah. What time?
I'm
What
not
time
going
did
to
you go
be
to bed
too
last night?
upset about it. I mean, yeah, 2 o'clock.
In the
So
morning?
yeah, it
Oh,
was a
well, no
long night.
wonder. I mean,
Yeah.
and listen, I know you were not working until 2 o'clock in the morning. So were video games involved? Was there a television?
You know,
what was the
no,
what was
it,
the what was the contributing factor?
well, I ended up going like I'm doing a favor for my mother right now. Basically,
Oh,
like I'm helping her out, like get rid of some stuff in her house.
oh,
Um
okay,
and
okay.
so
So this was
there's
after
really
work.
it was after work. So after work, like I got off. So what happened was I got off of work. I picked up my girlfriend from work. We went to the grocery store. We
Okay.
got some porterhouse steaks, right?
Oh
So
my
I did,
goodness. Oh, stop. You're torturing me here, man. That sounds so good.
and it goes further.
Oh, were there
It was
oysters involved?
delicious. No, no oysters this time.
Okay.
Okay, that now we're taking it to the next level. Now we're doing turf and turf. I was just doing the turf.
Okay.
um, it
Well,
was
you're in Boston,
delicious.
so like I don't know. Maybe I'm like
Hmm.
we go buy boiled peanuts at the gas station. I don't know. Maybe y'all have oysters there.
Imagine oysters at the gas station, and they have the hot sauce and everything. Oh my god,
Horseradish, hot sauce, all the condiments for oysters.
that would be hilarious, man. That would be a
I think we just
Massachusetts
gave a
thing.
golden idea to a gas station,
That would be awesome.
right?
If they
An
could,
oyster bar at a
they
gas
would have
station,
to keep everything so fresh. It would it
right?
would be it would be next level.
But
It
then
would be
you would
next
want a
level.
beer. You would want to drink a beer with it, and that's a complication because you're driving, right? Because you're at a gas station.
Yeah,
So
right.
like,
So
it's only for people who are in the driverless cars
yeah,
that need to
like
go to like you go charge your car and then you hit the oyster bar, and that's the quote. Hey, while you're charging your car, visit our oyster bar.
and except with the accent from up here. While you
Oh yeah, I
charging your
forgot.
car, you go to the oyster
Park the
bar.
car, hit the bar. Park your car and hit the bar.
Oh my gosh, that is funny, man.
That was
But
great.
that was funny. But yeah, so
These are the
I
kind of things that happen in the early morning show because our brains are like shooting at
exactly.
optimal
Yeah.
full throttle, baby.
Oh man, you know, I
You're
tried
going
to do like
ballistic, Maverick.
that's what the early morning show is. You
Yep,
know,
that's
at the end
right.
of the day, it's like, okay, we've already been working and stuff. We're kind of tired and everything. But when you start off with the entrepreneurial life, all the juices are flowing right
That's
away,
right.
first
That's
thing in
right.
the day.
Anything's possible after you tune into the early morning show with us. I tell you that.
Yep, yep. So, yeah, it was.
Get up and go with the early morning show.
Oh, we need a theme song. We need a theme song for sure. That's what I'm
Right? That's
getting.
it. Get up and go.
Yep.
Early morning show with Sebastian and Joe. HN.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. So let's backtrack here. Okay. So
Yeah,
you were doing some work for your mom with the house there up
yeah.
in Massachusetts, and you bought some porterhouse steaks. Okay, I don't know. Like I'm starting to visualize. You're going to pick up some stuff at the house, and you get the grill out, and you start cooking. Is that what happened?
Basically, well, I didn't grill it because there isn't a grill here,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
So I did it. I was like, I tried to do a reverse here, and
Didn't work.
I failed like more than miserably. The
Oh,
steak came out delicious and
okay.
it was juicy and like you could just rip it apart. Like
Okay.
it was that
Not
tender. It was
soft.
really good.
Okay.
So basically the reverse sear, like you cook it to a certain degree in the oven and
Okay.
then you want to bring it to the pan that's like piping hot and then you get the sear on both sides afterwards. So you get like a perfect medium rare in the
Okay.
middle.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the goal of it.
Why you sear it on?
I
Yeah.
Exactly. So what I left it in the oven for a little bit
You're
too
taking
long.
an internal temperature or using a therm?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to
Okay.
use a
What is it?
thermometer.
165? Is it supposed to be like 165?
Well, if you want to get a good medium rare, like
Yeah.
I've been studying some videos on it because
Uh-huh.
I want to do a good
Do some
job.
research on YouTube.
I've been doing research on YouTube, TikTok, like reverse sear.
What's the proper temperature for medium rare?
Some people say like you want to take it off at 120.
120.
You
Oh,
want to
okay.
take it out of the oven at 120, right?
Oh,
And then like
okay.
when it's like resting, it kind of the heat
Do you
kind of
sear it
the
before or after you put it in the oven?
I do you do what?
Do you sear it before or after it goes in the
After.
oven?
After.
After.
I think that's why
Oh,
they
okay.
call it the reverse sear because you're kind of cooking
Oh,
it a little bit and then
oh,
you sear the ends so you get like a nice like crispy top and
crispy
bottom of the steak.
outer. Yeah, right. I love that. Uh,
Exactly. So I left it in the oven like just a bit too long. So the internal temperature, it was already past medium rare. It was
okay.
already
Okay.
like
So
a
it was
little
a
bit
little
past that.
overcooked for you, but it was still great.
It still came out great.
Yeah.
So
It was
it
still a
was
little pink
delicious.
inside.
Huh?
Was it still a little bit pink on the inside?
No, not at all. No. So
No,
I
you ruined
completely
it, man. You're eating leather.
oh, yeah, it was like it was it was a well steak. Like
Well done.
I don't
Okay, it
know
was
if
well
well
done.
done.
Okay, all
I
right. A
think it
little
was like
overcooked. Okay.
yeah, it was about well done. But it was juicy though. Like
But that's
it
okay, man.
was like
At least you weren't mooing in the middle of the night.
that's when you have the rare steak.
Yeah. You turn into half cow.
Yep, exactly. So yeah. Oh my gosh. It
That's
was that
awesome. So that's
that's
cool.
like what I like to happen.
That's how
I
you
like to
wrapped
move.
up your day last night. Is that how you ended your day?
So
At 2 in the morning.
after dinner is when I went to go do more work at the
Oh
house.
my gosh! You went to go work on a
So
full stomach. Wow.
yeah, it wasn't that good.
That's a
Like it was
challenge.
yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
certainly was.
That's okay, man. You did a good deed by helping your mom out, so that's cool.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was tough to get out there that late. Like I had a busy day at work, so I
yeah,
wasn't able to get there earlier. I wanted to come home. I hadn't ate all day because I was working all day. So like
yeah.
my
Oh,
first thing
you
was
had
I
to
need to
eat.
go and
Yeah, you need to recharge.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it is what it is. You know,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
still a good day, and then today I got another busy day at work, so I'm really grateful for that. But
yeah. Speaking of
yeah, how was
we have to like run through this show pretty fast today, don't we? Because
yeah
you have an 8 o'clock appointment, right?
yeah I gotta meet my
Yeah.
boss at
Okay.
eight.
So we're gonna
Yep.
try to wrap up by 7:30. Whether we're done or not, we're gonna log off by 7:30 so you can get to your appointment.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
cool.
would be great.
All right, so let's dive into the exercise. I
Yeah.
sent you the Spider-Man. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on my screen,
Yep.
and if I'm able to share, let's see. And you go ahead and tell the audience what our exercise is.
So we have another themed workout today. This one's also by Nyla Ray. You can find them on Pinterest. That's where we've been getting everything. You can go through the previous episodes, check out the different workouts that we have available already. And that way you can kind of create your own plan. If you see that some of the workout plans have exercises that you're not really at that level yet, or if you don't like them in general, you can swap them out and keep the 9 exercises in the circuit. So go back and look at the other ones. There's plenty of amazing workouts on there. Today we have the Spider-Man themed workout, which is probably my favorite superhero. I love Spider-Man. Him and Batman are
Yeah.
like my
Hey,
number
I just
one.
watched No Way Home
Oh man. Oh man.
with the 3 Spider-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was awesome. I watched that on 4th of July.
Oh man, that movie fulfilled my dreams. That was amazing to see Tobey Maguire back. I grew up on Tobey Maguire, so
Yeah,
it
he's
was
awesome.
like
Yeah,
that was amazing.
yeah, they were all great, and they worked so great
They
together.
were,
Cool.
yeah, they're all amazing Spider-Man. Like they
Yeah,
all had a different take on it.
yeah.
It's like they all did a great job.
Yeah, so if you're listening to the show and you haven't seen it, go watch it. Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah, you gotta watch. Like, yeah, if you haven't,
Yeah, go
I'd
check
be
it out.
shocked if you haven't seen it yet. You need to. It's
All right,
amazing.
all right.
So Yep. So we got levels 1, 2, and 3. Level 1 is 3 sets. Level 2, 5 sets. Level 3 is 7 sets. You rest up to 2 minutes between each of these. So if you're on level 1, you do your first set, rest up to 2 minutes, and then you go on to your next set. The first exercise out of the 9 is 20 climbers. These are also known as mountain climbers. You can see by the picture in the diagram, you're in that plank kind of position, and then you're bringing your knee up to your chest level, and you want to do it in like a running type of fashion. You don't want to just bring your knee up slowly and kind of do it not to the fullest of your ability. You want to really push yourself. So you want to be moving quick when you're doing this. The next exercise following that is 6 Spider-Man push-ups. So as you're doing the push-up, you're kind of twisting a little bit and you're bringing your knee up to your elbow. And so it's important that you do the twist because that's part of the motion in it to be able to do that range of motion. Bringing your knee to your elbow, it's an intense workout. After doing the mountain climbers, you're not really leaving that plank position. Now you're making it even harder. And then following into the exercise number 3, we're doing plank jump ins. So you start off at the plank and then you're going to jump, bring your legs. You want to bring your feet, up into like kind of a squat position. You want to bring your feet way up to your elbows where you have them in the plank position. So it's a really good exercise. You want to jump up to where your chest level is, where your elbow level is with your knees, and then you're gonna jump back into the plank position. So it's pretty intense. You have 3 exercises right here following
on the ground.
Movement. Yeah, you don't really get a break. And the goal of these exercises is to do them nonstop. You do the 9, and then you get that rest. So imagine you do 20 mountain climbers, and you have the 6 Spider-Man push-ups, and then you have the 10 plank jump-ins. Then after that, your legs have just gotten an insane workout as well as your whole body. Now you're doing squats. So after doing all that exercise with your legs, like all of the momentum that it takes and the energy, then you have to do 20 squats. Followed by that, you're going to do a 10 count plank. So I believe this is just a 10-second count plank. At least it's not a minute. It could be so much worse. You really learn how long a minute is when you do a plank. After this one, you're going to do 10 alternate arm leg planks. So you're in the plank position, and then if you lift up your right arm, like just head level, you want to extend it out like pretty level. Like you're going to bring your left leg up at the same time.
Yeah.
So you do right arm, left leg, and then left arm, right leg. You want to alternate with those. You do 10 of them. So it's basically 5 on each side.
5 of each.
Exactly. That one's going to be, it's all like.
This is like not really lower body workout.
Yeah, it's a lot of lower body. And then like all of these planks you're targeting. It's a really good core workout.
Biceps and chest.
Exactly. And you're also like channeling the deep core as well by doing these plank movements.
Yeah.
So it's really good. The next exercise we have is 10 knee crunches. Yep. So you're doing you're focusing a lot on like the chest, like is going to be burning, the triceps are going to be burning, the shoulders, the legs. And you're also doing this deep core workout at the same time. Then you have to do 10 knee crunches. So now you're hitting the abs. After that, 10 knee crunches, 10 knee crunches. Okay, so this one, I guess it has the same title for both of them, but the second one is actually much different. So the second one, you're going to do a reverse crunch. I believe that's what it's supposed to be called. So instead of you bringing your head down to the floor level, and then you bring you want to like tighten up and you bring your head closer towards your knees, and that's the knee crunches for that first one to the left. This one in the middle, instead of doing the part with your head and your upper body, you leave your upper body stationary on the ground and you're doing the crunch with your legs.
Yeah, you bring your legs down to your chest.
Exactly. So you want to leave your legs. Some of them, they have them like your toes will end up touching the ground, and then you bring them back into that crunch
Not
position.
In this one.
This one, it looks like you keep your legs up.
Yeah,
so
it's like you're sitting in a chair, but you're not sitting in a chair. You're on the ground.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. So you sit in the chair, and then you bring your knees in. Bring your knees to your chest.
Touch your chest with your knees, and then go back to the chair sitting position.
Exactly. That was a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And our last exercise out of the 9 is 10 Russian twists. So you want to elevate your ankles, your feet off the ground a couple inches, maybe 3 or 4. And then you want to do the twisting motion, touch the ground to your left, touch the ground to your right. You're doing 10 of those. Then you've just dropped up one circuit.
Yeah.
Take up to 2 minutes rest, go to the next set, and then 2 minutes rest, go to the third set if your conditioning level is at that. If you can only do 2, that's fine. Work up to it, get up to the third set, then you'll work through levels 1, 2, and 3 as you progress.
Yep. That's great.
So this one looks great. I love this workout a lot. I love Spider-Man. And it's a great deep core workout. It's working everything. Like these planks, it's gonna work your whole body.
Awesome. All right, let's go to our quote for the day, for our mindset tip of the day.
All right. Let's see what we have over here. We have a quote by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, right? Okay.
Yep, Jim Rohn.
Excellent. Yep. So everyone must choose one of 2 pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
Yep.
That one is very powerful. This quote right here, I've heard it several times by multiple different people. Like I've heard them in the motivational videos that I would watch. And I think that it's absolutely true. Like you either suffer the sacrifice of putting the effort in, the work in right now.
Yeah, to achieve a goal.
Exactly. So you either suffer to achieve a goal, or you suffer afterwards because you didn't push yourself to the best of your ability. You didn't give it everything you had.
You're going to live with regret.
You're going to live with regret because of what could have been. And that is, I think, an even worse feeling than actually doing the thing. Because you're going to feel the sense of accomplishment. Like even if you fail, you gave it your best shot. You gave it maximum effort. And you can't ever be upset with that, because then you just took a learning lesson. You didn't take a loss, you took a lesson. You take a loss if you never try at all. If you never even give a shot, then you have a loss for the rest of your life, because you're just going to be wondering, oh, what could have been? Like, well, maybe if I had pushed myself harder in basketball. That's something that I think about. That's the passion that I had as a kid. I was passionate about soccer, and I was passionate about a lot of things, but I never really worked hard for them. I never trained hard. I thought, like, if I bought these LeBron basketball shoes, I'd start dunking. Like things like that. Like, realistically, did I think that? No, but I definitely boosted like my ego with it or something. I don't know. I was like, oh yeah, I need to have the top of the line gear. That's what's wrong with me. Like I don't have the best gear. These kids are all. I see these kids like growing up with parents that had plenty of money to spend on these things, you know. And it's like my family worried about necessities. Let's get what we need, you know. Let's get the stuff for school. Let's get the clothes and everything like that. Let's get hooked up. I got hooked up, but that's like.
You got
really expensive to get, huh?
You got like table stakes. You just got entry. You got into the game, but you weren't like coming in with like extra resources, like playing a video game, power packs, whatever you need. All the
exactly.
You didn't have all the bonuses. You just went in entry level.
Exactly. So it's like something like that. Like I see these kids with all these fancy gear and the arm sleeves and stuff like that, and I'm thinking like, oh. So I need this to run faster, or I need these elite shoes. And in reality, like you don't need none of that. You need something that's like at least they're basketball shoes. You know, at least you're gonna keep traction to the floor. You're not gonna slide around everywhere.
Yeah,
that's what you need. Something with a good grip. You don't need to have anything crazy. You just need to like have the discipline to go and practice your craft.
Right.
And
let me just say something about this, okay? From my observation, what we go through, because I've been through this myself, right? And I still go through this occasionally, is our response to not having those things that we want. Like we look at other people and we do this comparisonitis thing, and we're like, okay, well, basically, since I don't have that, I'm not going to do this anymore, or I'm going to give up, or I'm not good enough. All of those things are basically a temper tantrum. Yeah, we're still acting like a kid, right? You know, throwing a temper tantrum, and instead of being resourceful, right? If you don't have the resources, you know, we should man up or woman up, whatever. Yep. And take and say, okay, well, since I don't have the resources, I'm going to become resourceful. Exactly. Right? And you find a way, right? You make a way. Okay. So like, there's a thing I learned by Tom Hopkins. He said winners flip the script. Losers, the script for losers is I can't do that. And the winner's script is how can I do that?
Yes, it's the mindset.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
it's what you have going on up here. Like, what
Yeah.
software are you running on? Are you running on that outdated crap that's not going to work with today's technology, or are you going to are you going to add some updates? Are you going
Yeah.
to update your software to
Yeah.
be able
Are you
to
going to go
compete?
to U 2.0?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's where you need to be at. That's the mindset that I wasn't at when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, it was never like, oh, how can I make this happen? It was just,
Yeah. I can't
oh,
make it
I
happen.
don't have the tools. I can't make it happen. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't have the
What?
best soccer cleats, so I'm
Ha-
not going to be playing like Ronaldo. And then,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
it's like
But
it's
what a
ridiculous.
difference, right? Like when you
Yeah.
shift and you leave
Yep.
that paradigm behind, it's like it's liberating.
It is. You know, like it's it's an amazing feeling to be able to like, okay, these are the cards that I'm dealt right now, and if I make it work with this, it's actually even more of an accomplishment than if I had all of the fancy gadgets and everything.
Yeah.
If
And
I had all the tools, like it's
here's the other thing, just because we're talking about exercise, right? We're wrapping up with the
yeah,
exercise activity there and the mindset combined together. It's just like working out at the gym. You want to build your muscles up,
yes,
you got to do it over time. It's repetition, right?
yep,
And over time, you get stronger, right? The mindset is the same way, your decision making paradigm. And as you approach those resourceful activities, what happens is you strengthen your confidence and you
yeah,
strengthen your ability to come up with new innovative solutions. Because one thing that's
right,
the one true constant in life is change.
exactly,
It's an oxymoron. Change is constant, right? It is. It's
yeah,
one constant. Is you can count on things changing. You can always count on
exactly,
that is a true constant that will always be around with us. And so as you attack these challenges, then you strengthen, like just like conditioning, muscle conditioning. You're conditioning your courage, right?
yeah,
Your ability to stick to it, right? Your stick
yep,
to itiveness, as my friend Sally used to call it, stick to itiveness, right?
yep,
And your creativity.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You're strengthening these. It's like tools in your toolkit, right?
Yeah.
Like you're getting a better drill, or you're getting like
Yeah.
this the stuff, the better
Yeah.
materials
You're
that
getting
you
the
need to.
upgrades in your video game.
Exactly. Yeah, you get upgrades in the game. Like you're making your players stronger. You're giving them
Yep.
more health. So when you go
Yeah.
and fight the boss, now you have more
Yeah.
health. So if they hit you a
Yeah. You
couple
got
more
better weapons
times,
for Call of Duty. You've got Nitro for
exactly.
your car racing game.
Yep. Whatever
Whatever
it
those things
is.
are, right? You're adding those value packs to your life.
Exactly.
And then here's the thing, man. Like most people, they aspire or they desire to have more in life, but they don't really,
Yeah.
it's like a dream, right? Like, oh God, I wish I could be this, or I wish I was a celebrity. I wish I was a movie star. I wish I was
Yep.
a famous musician. I wish I was rich. I wish I had $1
Right.
million. I wish I had blah blah blah. But they don't look like these dreams are like looking at the stars and saying, okay, those are pretty. I wish I had those.
Yeah.
They don't make a pathway to get it. And so, like, if
Exactly.
you think of, okay, this is what I want, now reverse engineer how you get there, all the activities that you do in time, they stack up like the rungs of a ladder. All of these things that we're talking about that
Yes.
strengthen you, they're like the rungs of a ladder to get to those goals.
Exactly. Absolutely
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes and what I'm learning now is because I've always been fascinated from the time I was a teenager, learning that, trying to figure out that mindset shift from
Yeah.
can't do that to how can I do that. I started doing research in the library, started
Yep.
reading books like this one here, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You start looking for ways to elevate your life, right? To elevate yourself. Now I'm in the phase of how can I quantum leap growth?
Right.
If you can quantum leap, whoever said you had to go incrementally, step by step, A to B to C, you can go from A to G,
Right.
change the game. And that's what I'm going to talk about on the Entrefluential tip of the day. We'll
Yeah.
come back to that. Because we're running out of time, 7:21. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the
Yeah.
spiritual tip of the day.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right. So this comes from the book of Philippians. And for those of you who don't know, we're going through this book called Living the 66 Books of the Bible. And what it does is it takes each book in the Bible, 66 different books, and compiles it down to just a really quick 2-page or 1.5-page summary.
Yeah.
It shows you how you can apply this in your life, and then it also has just some key themes that go along with it. So we're going to review that real quick here. And the reason that we're doing this is because this information, for me, I found that above and beyond all of these great books like Think and Grow Rich, that the Bible actually is the best life instruction manual, best motivation manual for getting through this life in the best way possible. And if you want to be a high achiever, the Bible is actually the best book to become a high achiever. And if you want to live a high quality life, learn Psalms and Proverbs. If you just read Psalms and Proverbs, it has the most wisdom, that better than anything else that you're going to read in your entire life. And I don't say that lightly, because I have 4 college degrees. I have, and then like 10 times more than my degrees, just like personal studies. So I don't say that lightly. I mean it. I really genuinely mean that. This is the Bible is the most intelligent book I've ever read in my life. Okay, now let me dive into this.
It absolutely is.
Philippians is one of the best books in the Bible for giving yourself an uplift in spirit. See what we're talking about here? Motivational thinking, right? Though he was writing from prison, Paul filled this letter with expressions of joy and rejoicing, telling us to rejoice in the Lord. He also gave us an unbeatable motto for life. For to me, to live is Christ and to die is gain. He's talking about life after, what happens when you die? We're talking about having the belief that you will have an eternal life if you're saved, right? That if you believe in God, that you have eternal life. And then that gives us such a comfort, because if you're worried about, oh, I only have 50 more years left on this planet and I'm going to die and you haven't achieved everything, that could cause anxiety. But when you think that you're going to live forever, that's a game changer. Here in Philippians, we're pushed in a forward direction when it comes to our goals. Paul wrote, "But one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward to those things which are ahead, I press toward the goal." In the last chapter, Paul outlined his method for overcoming worry, saying, "The Lord is at hand." Which means the Lord lives within us, right? When you receive the Holy Spirit, he lives within you. So that's what he meant by the Lord is at hand. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. So basically what he's saying is you can have anything that you want in life as long as you're walking in alignment with God's will. Obviously, if you're asking to kill your enemy, your nemesis, God isn't going to do that. He doesn't want that. That's evil. But if you're asking to have money so that you can actually donate $100,000 to your favorite charity, God will make that happen, because that's a good thing. And he wants to help people. All right. In the heart of the book, Paul wrote a song or poem about the humility of Christ, who left the highest throne in heaven to descend to earth as a man to die for our sins. Few passages describe Jesus Christ using terms so lofty yet so humble. Paul's purpose was to compel us to live humbly toward one another. That is a huge deal. Like, people just misunderstand. If you want to be great in this world, be a servant, because he raises up the humble people, and he knocks down the haughty, high-minded people who think they're the best.
The hot shots.
Yeah, he doesn't like that at all.
Nope.
Paul's purpose was to compel us to live humbly toward one another. If Jesus, being God, could humble himself and become obedient to death on the cross, should not his children esteem others better than themselves and do all things without grumbling and disputing? Absolutely. When you feel like grumbling, take a few minutes and dip into Philippians. So this is great life instruction. All right, now your turn with the key, the 4 keys.
That's right. So today, for our keys, we have the key theme, which is don't be anxious, walk in love, showing Christ's love and trusting in God's provision. Our key challenge, put aside the burdens and cares of the past and press toward the future that God has prepared for you. There's a gem right there. There's gems everywhere that's in the Bible. And it's like some people stray away from, like, even if you're not super religious, like even if you don't know about your spirituality yet and you're not into all that yet or whatever, you don't believe, just pick up the book and read it for the motivational aspect of it, because some people like never want to read the Bible or anything have to do with the Bible, But like little do you know, there's so many like almost like a hidden message in the passages, and that's why I love Dr. David Jeremiah, because he breaks it down for you to be able to understand it and
Yeah.
materialize it, like really
Simple.
visualize what it's trying to say. Yeah, and you can understand it
Yeah.
like without, because the Bible talks like the way that the Bible language is, it's a little bit different than the way that we talk today. Like
Yeah.
the stuff in
Absolutely.
it. So like something like this, like put aside the burdens and cares of your past. How many of us are stuck in the past and stuck
Right.
on what if and what could have been?
Yeah, and still having a temper tantrum about it.
Exactly. Still being upset, still holding that
Yeah.
animosity, still holding that
Yeah.
grudge that you
Resentment.
need to get off of your shoulders, that luggage that you're carrying with you for the rest of
That's
your life.
actually chains. Those are actually
Those
chains
are
that are holding us
chains.
down in slavery of thought.
Yeah, like you
And
can
the
be a
devil
slave
loves
to
it.
your own
He actually
mind.
wants you to sulk in misery
Yes.
because he hates
Yes.
humans.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, we have the power to change that. We're doing that to ourselves. We're enslaving our own self.
But yeah, by the
You know?
renewing of our mind.
Exactly. That's
The
when
Bible says that.
that's why they say break those chains. There's like a lot of the songs, like the songs that we would listen to at at
Celebration
church,
church.
like yeah, at celebration. I
Christ
forget what the name of the song. It was at celebration.
Okay.
I forget what the name of the song, but there was one that's like break down those chains or something, like as
Oh
part of
yeah,
the
break every
chorus.
chain.
Break every chain. And
Yeah.
that's like part of what it's referencing.
That's by Jesus Culture. I love that song.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And you press toward the future that God has prepared for you. You go into the path that you're supposed to be on, that you're supposed to be
100%.
aligned with.
It is, man. It's there. It's there for you. All you have to do is open your arms and take it.
And let go of that stuff in the past, because he's bringing you. Sometimes he does certain things to prepare you for your next level. Sometimes, like Sebastian or whoever, or the viewer.
Yeah.
Sometimes viewer 1.0 is not going to cut it for the next level. Sometimes some of those bad habits that you have, those people that you're hanging around that you're not supposed to be hanging around because they're not trying to get anywhere in life.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you got to cut
God
them off.
has you cut that stuff off.
Yeah.
So that way you can be prepared for your next level of success. But you're not thinking about that because you want to be upset about what happened last May. You want to be upset about what happened 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Let that crap go and understand that he's putting you in a different spot. Maybe it seems like everything is going down. That's how I felt. I felt like my life was taking a constant roller coaster, was going down. There was no going up on it for a little while, the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And then little did I know, I was getting prepared to be in the best position I've been in. Now I have an apartment that I'm going into, not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
That's
I'm doing
that's
with my
so
girlfriend.
exciting.
Like,
that's super exciting. And this is your first. Yeah. This is your first place on your own.
It is, man. Like I wouldn't have been able to do it without this job.
You and your girlfriend, you guys earned it.
Yeah, we both put in the work.
It wasn't handed to you. It was earned by sweat equity, by planning, preparation, sacrifice.
Exactly.
Because you have to give up specific things in order to achieve other specific things, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to have money for a down payment if I spent it all on pleasure.
Yeah, pleasure. Exactly, which is gone. It's fleeting. You go blow money at the bar like I did. You go and you buy a $350 bottle of alcohol to share with people who are strangers, and then you piss it out. It just pisses money away, literally.
Exactly. So
you have to sacrifice and save for a rainy day and save for things like what you're about to get into, your first place. That's amazing.
Exactly. So like you might be at rock bottom, but I believe that everyone has to hit that point at some time in their life, and everyone does. And I believe that that is
better, because then you can grow.
Yes, you can grow and learn and leave those bad habits behind. And it's like have the vision that he has. Like you have to understand. Exactly, because you don't know what you're getting. Well, you don't know what chess pieces are being put in place for your next level.
Exactly,
because he's got the next level for you.
Think about the pain of regret versus the pain of your discipline.
Exactly.
Right.
I love it.
Hey, listen, it's 7:30, and I know you got to run because your 8:00 appointment. So let's go ahead and wrap up the show. The Entrefluential tip of the day is in the show notes on YouTube, and it's a $10 million blueprint. Right now, I just want to say real quick, I'm going to just give you like the 30-second version of it. Okay. Yeah. For the Entrefluential tip of the day, we are living in a unique time, a golden moment in this century, and for people, for entrepreneurs to exponentially, remember I was talking about I'm looking at exponential growth. Here's an
Yes.
opportunity to exponentially grow as an entrepreneur. So you can start a business like me and take the slow runway to try to build it up, like I am with Coleman Tanner Realty. Coleman Tanner Realty. I started off with Oakleaf Plantation Realty in 2019. Moved, had to change the name because I was no longer in Oakleaf. I changed it to Coleman Tanner Realty. Coleman's my mom's maiden name. Tanner's my dad's last name. So it became Coleman Tanner Realty as a tribute to my mom and dad. And I just think it sounds pretty classy. Coleman Tanner Realty. That company was founded in January of 2020, right before COVID. So it was a really bad time to start because of COVID.
Yeah.
But 4 years later, I'm still trying to get off the ground. I only had a couple of transactions, and it's been a very slow start. And I'm completely transparent with that. I put out content that looks very pretty because I want the image of the company to look professional so that we can take that and move it forward. But it's been a very long and very slow growth for me. And I've been learning how you can exponentially grow your business by mergers and acquisitions. And so in that quick short $10 million blueprint, what I educate you on, and if you read the instructions, you'll get the details a little bit clearer. You can go ahead and take. So right now that we're in the silver tsunami, all the baby boomers generation are in retirement age, and for the next 10 years, there's 10,000 baby boomers retiring every single day. Now, out of those baby boomers, there's like about 21 million in America alone, right? There's 21 million baby boomers that own companies, their own businesses, and they're going to liquidate. They're going to sell their business. They want to liquidate their business, sell it so they can retire. Well, 80% of those companies will not sell because the marketplace is not efficient to sell those companies. So only 20% of them are going to sell, which means 80% will just shut down and go out of business.
Right.
That's missed opportunity. So what I'm saying is, as you as an entrepreneur, go find a senior citizen who's about to retire, ready to retire, and they don't have anybody to buy their business. Go and buy their business. If you go and buy their business, so after you buy, like the recommendation is go out there and do you can structure the transaction in different ways where you can get owner financing. You can get some SBA loan money or commercial loan money for 70%. Maybe the owner can hold 30% seller financing so that you can qualify for the business to take in that. When you buy that business, you're buying a book of business. They've been established for 10, 15, 20 years. They have clients already. So you're buying into cash flow from day one. So if they're making $10,000 a month cash flow, you're now making $10,000 a month in cash flow.
Exactly.
It's the fastest way to scale your business. So you can go from 1 location to 10 locations in the first year. Okay. Right. And by doing that, consolidating all these companies, when you get to step 5, you consolidate all 10 of the companies that you bought. Maybe you double down. But even if you just do 10, a group of businesses combined together are worth more than each company individually. So think about Monopoly and the greenhouses. Each of the greenhouses are worth X amount of dollars. But when you trade them in and buy a hotel, the red one, it's worth so much more money. And if you do that, within 3 to 5 years, you can create a $50 million company.
Wow.
Yeah. Just by consolidating these businesses and establishing the proper procedures and have it professionally managed. You need to step outside of the business and have it ready to go. We're going to wrap up with that because you got to go. Thank you so much everyone for joining us. Sebastian, close us out.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you that have stuck with us from the beginning, thank you guys for watching every week. We really appreciate having you guys here. I hope that you guys learned something great today. I hope you learned some valuable information to get you motivated to start your day and go and attack work. And I hope that you're ready to attack the week and not react to it. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you guys. We pray for you guys. God bless you. I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. And last but not least, go out there and amplify your message.
Have a great day, everyone. God bless you all. Love you all. Take care. Bye, Sebastian. Have a great day.
Thank you, too.
All right. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you. I'll text you later.
Okay. All right. Bye.